Hello everybody, my name is JT Master Jedi from Naughty Senpai, and today I'm bringing to you yet another unboxing video, and this one is for a game that I've been waiting for quite a while for. It's been delayed upon delay upon delay. You get the story. I've been waiting a long time for this one to come out. It originally was supposed to come out back in March. It's now November, and we're just now getting this in the mail. And the package came in earlier, and I'll say this thing's actually pretty dang hefty, especially for a box this size. So I can't wait to get into this thing. And actually, let's go ahead and do that. I went ahead and cut the tape on here, so I'm not fumbling like an idiot with this thing forever. Oh, there. This is nice right here. So I've seen people post pictures of this, but they put like a little special wrapping around it with a little seal on there that says, thank you, Summon Night 6 Lost Borders Wonderful Edition. And then they actually put the Roman numerals for the year, MMXVII, which is 2017, for those that don't know Roman numerals. Let's see here, what would be the best way to get this thing out of here? I'll see if I can show y'all this. Don't fall on me here. Just kind of lifted up by these handles from the side. And it's just like kind of resting on this thing here. I better get a hold of it before I drop this shit. Away that box goes. And since we don't need this, we'll put this over to the side too. Now, I'm not going to try to mess up this little wrapping right here, because I really don't want to. You can actually just slide this right off. Just nice and easy. And away it goes. And, oh my gosh. Just look at this. A beautiful little artwork on there. Just look at this thing. All the shiny text. Here's one of the sides and all that. It's a little... Oh, there we go. Yeah. See, all the text is all real nice and shiny. It's kind of hard to see the shine sometimes because I've only got my top light on right here, so it's a little dark in the room. And that's... I think his name is Raj. So that character is in the back. And, oh... Look at this one right here. Look how gorgeous that looks right there. Just the all-around artwork on this entire box itself is beautiful. I think this character is Amu? I think? Yeah, I think it's Amu. Almost like ammo, and she's carrying a gun, so I find that kind of fitting. Don't know too much about these characters. I haven't played this game yet, of course. And... oh, here we go. So, the bottom with the little, supposed to be like little partner characters for each of the main cast members. And up top, I absolutely do not remember this guy's name at all. I just know he's one of 3 of the main characters. But just like... just all around, just the whole box is gorgeous. And yes, this thing is pretty heavy, as you can probably tell. But enough of that, let's go ahead and crack the sucker open. Gotta find the right side here to open it. Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying not to... okay, there we go. Oh, it's like a magnet clasp. So like... just pops open and closes back just like that. That's pretty cool. And then, probably shouldn't be holding it like this, trying to show it off. Hold on, let me get a hold on these things. So we got an inside spine right there. Summon Night Lost Borders. Oh, and I think it's got my number on this one. Oh, sweet. So... I have, let's see if I can show you guys. I have, focus camera, focus here. I don't think it wants to focus. Anyway, it's number 68 out of however many they did. I'm not sure what's the exact number. I know most people just got randomized numbers, or everyone got randomized numbers, something like that. Because I know I put my order in kind of late, like right before the deadline, and I still got number 68, so... I've seen some other people that got like 100 something and 1,000, so I don't know how many of these exactly were made, but I know it's a decent number, but nothing like huge. But I'm gonna set this right here so that doesn't fall out again while I try to show this off. And like that's the flap right here, that beautiful little snow scene right there. With looks like an entrance to a shrine right there. It's really, really nice. Just the artwork on the box itself is beautiful, and the box is pretty sturdy in itself. It's not like those cheap paper ones that you usually would get that could crush easily or tear and all that stuff. So this is actually pretty nice right here. And hold on, do I have it? Okay, yeah. It's on my shelf. There we go. I actually have the Vita Standard Edition version of this game, which I got in the mail the other day, which, yes, comes with a really thick booklet right there. But this one is the PS4 version, because for the Wonderful Edition, I wanted to have the PS4 version, and I almost wasn't going to get the Vita version. But since they said that later copies of the Vita version most likely will not have the really thick booklet inside, I decided to go ahead and get it anyways. But I just wanted to show you all that just real quick, just to kind of show you what it looks like, and to encourage it. If you want to have the booklet in it, I would definitely get your orders in pretty soon, or go to GameStop or whatever and find a copy there, because most likely the later copies will not have the full thing. But anyways, let's get to what's important here. I'm going to save the best stuff for last, and go ahead and show off the basics, what's needed for the set. And of course, we've got the PS4 copy right here, and I love that cover right there. It's got the snow scene right here, and then the three characters. I don't know if the Wonderful Edition, if the cover is different for this than in all the other ones, because I know Amazon did have some variants. So I'm thinking this might be exclusive only to the Collector's Edition. Let's see here. And here we got all this info on the back. I'm not going to read out all the text, but I'm going to show it right here real quick in case you want to read it yourself. And it looks like a film strip thing, just showing all kinds of different scenes and whatnot throughout the game. Let's see if I can... Camera doesn't want to focus. There we go, camera. Now you're doing it. Of course, region free, as all PS4 games usually are. Teen rated. What was it? 7.5 gigabyte minimum for storage on your system. So it's not very big. You should easily be able to get that much memory space on there. It's not going to be like 30, 40, 50 gigabytes on there. It's just pretty small size. And let's actually crack this sucker open so you can see the inside. And just this right here is pretty heavy, but I know that's because it also has the 70 page, there's like 74 pages booklet on the inside, so it definitely adds a good bit of weight to it. Same for the Vita one. The Vita one feels way heavier than any other Vita game usually does. That one actually came pretty easily off. And, oh, dude, this is nice right here. Right here on the inside, look at that disc art. Just look at that. Badass, like, samurai warrior right here with the big ass sword. It's freaking awesome. And here, I'm going to pull out the booklet. Try not to mess it up. See, we got that. And then the back cover has, which pretty much the background for the front of the Wonderful Edition set. And all the pages in their glory, all their information about characters, battle modes, all kinds of different stuff. And there's actually one thing right here I was going to look at to show you guys. Oh, here it is. This one right here is actually some localization notes. If anyone's familiar with Working Designs, Working Designs always usually had localization notes in a lot of their games. And they were talking about the release and what went into it and everything like that. Well, the guy who ran Working Designs founded the company Gaijin Works, which released this game. Working Designs isn't around anymore, but he started up a new company, trying to get things going again, trying to release, you know, some obscure games for people that love them, and that will probably most likely never have a chance getting released in the West, which I actually really appreciate, because Japan gets so many great games that we never end up with here because many consider it too niche, or just not enough interest in the type of game that it is, and so they just don't bother. They don't bother at all. Summon Night 6 is actually only the second mainline game that we've ever gotten in the series. The first mainline game we got was 5, which was also released by Gaijin Works. But it was released on the PSP, and that actually just released last year, I believe. It was like early last year or something like that. Which I actually got a copy of that too, because I just got a PSP, so I decided to knock off that copy. I haven't played it yet, but I plan to soon though, because I'm actually really interested in the series. And from what I can understand about Summon Night 6, it's more like a anniversary special kind of thing. So it's not like the normal mainline games, it's a little different. But I still hear it's pretty fun. It's still a great game just in itself. If you want to have a more traditional kind of mainline game, you can try 5, which is also, you can digitally download it on the Vita. So if you don't have a PSP, you could always try to just download Vita, try it out for yourself there, and see if you like the series. And if you like it, you can always, if you don't have this already, you can always try this too. But I highly recommend picking this up pretty soon if you're definitely interested. And here we got the Summon Night 6 Lost Borders official deluxe soundtrack, which I actually already have. My roommate got the one that GameStop had when you did pre-orders, so he kind of already has it, but it's not a jewel case. His is just, you know, the little cardboard sleeve. And it's got 33 songs in this, which is awesome. So it's not like a sampler, or, you know, most collector's editions like these, whenever they give you a soundtrack, they only give you maybe 5 to 15 songs, and then that's about it. This one, it's pretty much almost about the entire soundtrack right here, if not the whole soundtrack. So I haven't gotten to listen to the entire thing in full just yet. I've heard a few songs, and the songs that I have heard are great. So definitely something to listen to later on here. And here we've got one of the other things in here. This is a coaster pack, which, you know, kind of like drink coasters and all. It's got different artwork for characters on it. So, hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to open this thing, because it's go like this. Okay, yeah. This one's also a magnet clasp. And even on the inside right here, like just the flap on the inside has this really cool dragon artwork on here. So you can tell that these guys went all out with the design of this set here. And first off, I was going to show one thing. I actually saw this posted on Twitter, and Gaijin Works said to look inside the coaster pack because there was an extra pack in that wasn't mentioned before that's in it. And it is something that the Working Designs was famous for. They included a pin with the series logo right there for the game. Working Designs did a whole bunch of these for a bunch of their releases back in the day. Barring a few games that didn't have them, but for a large part of them, they used to do these little special pins. And I like that they did it for this one as kind of, you know, a throwback to how they traditionally used to release games like that. So that's actually really, really cool. And here I'm going to open up the thing to get to the coasters. Okay, good. It's in like a little resealable pack. So if you like to try to keep the stuff the way it should be, just make sure not to completely tear into it. Some of the stuff's resealable. I like to keep my stuff pretty nice, clean, and back together the way it was. And see, these aren't like wooden coasters or anything, you know, where, which is smart, because if someone actually used these, using wooden ones, with the liquid soaking into it, it eventually would start ruining the image. These are rubber coasters, so not too easy to, you know, ruin the image of them. So you could use these safely for a good while, and not really have a problem with it. Just as long as you don't set something really, really hot on them, because that'd probably melt it. I got just ones for all the different characters here. Let's see here, and it's like folded up neatly for each stack. There's Raj, and then of course the last one, which actually has the game logo on it right there. That's all really cool. We'll put this stuff over to the side, because my lap's getting full of stuff here. And I'm actually glad with this one right here. With the Wonderful Edition, they had these pack-ins for the little partner characters, which his little tie is like covering his mouth here. But yeah, there's 3 different colors, of course. There's the pink, blue, and gray. And I kept on hoping, I was like, please don't give me a pink one. Not to hate on anyone if this is their favorite color, but pink is one of my absolute most hated colors. So I was like, please don't give me a pink one. I don't want a pink one. Blue or gray would be good for me, and I got the blue one, which blue is my favorite color, so definitely happy that I got this one right here. And I'll set this little sucker right over to the side right here, right next to them coasters. And let's see here, it's not anything. Okay, yeah. Just to kind of show you this, everything sets in this nice little foam padded thing right here, so it's not all loose, flying around all over the place. So keep your stuff nice and secure in it. Now, I'm going to get over to this other stuff here. Hold on. Gotta move everything all over the place. I showed you the jewel case, but I forgot to show you the disc on the inside. And of course, it's going to be a pain in the butt to get into this thing. So I'm going to do a little skip until I'm actually into here. Alrighty. Finally got the plastic off of here. Didn't take as long as I thought it would, but I didn't want you guys to see me struggle with this. Hold on here. We'll take this off to show you guys. Oop. Hold up both hands. It's got the little partner characters on there. It's got a nice shiny blue bottom part right here, which is really cool. It's really, really nice, clean. And then here, the jewel case, the inside part actually has the back image for the Wonderful Edition set, which is really cool. And there is a little thing in here. Let's see here. Got a little booklet. Feels like it's, yeah, it's only this. Game opening English lyrics. Okay, so they got translated lyrics for, unless they actually did the opening in English too. I'm not sure. I'd have to check that out. Do they have it in English? Okay, yeah, they have an English version of the song, of the opening song. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. I'm gonna put that sucker right back in there. Now, I'm saving the very, very last thing. The very best thing for last, I should say. First thing I want to show you guys this one, though. It's actually a double-sided poster here. Oh, wrong way. Summon Night 6. The characters right there with one artwork. And then there is a back one, which I actually like this one right here. All the characters, the little partners right there. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember. The sucker's pretty big. I mean, look at this sucker. It is folded up, but it's not like super badly creased folded up. So, I mean, you could still just flatten it out and it'd still look pretty nice. It's got some of that good high quality paper on there. Oh, let us see here. Oh. And I actually meant to show you guys this just real quick. For those that were kind of wondering what the other side of the case looked like, this is the standard version look for the, or at least the front part is, for the PS4 game. So, I don't know if the standard copy PS4 games have this cover on it or not, or if it's just only this one. I'd have to see someone's copy to actually see if it has a, you know, the reverse cover with that kind of artwork or not. Because I know the front cover for that is the standard, and I think this is the standard for these. I know there's some character ones where it features specific characters on the back on these. They made multiple variants for these, so it's kind of hard to keep track of some of them. The paper on this is really thick too. I just noticed that because I take covers out all the time, but this one actually feels like pretty thick paper, cardstock. So definitely got that quality there, right there. I know that they wanted to go all out with the set, especially after making people wait for so long on the release, and I definitely would have to say they outdid themselves. I've seen and held or owned plenty of collector's editions, and there's always like missteps for things in there that could have made it better. And so far that I have seen, like, they've knocked it out of the park with everything here. The last thing that I am going to show you guys today, which is the best part of this entire set, aside from the game itself, is this thing right here. The Summon Night Series Premium Art Box. Well, Art Book. Sorry, not box. Read correctly, freaking dyslexic mofo. This one's supposed to have a collection of artwork throughout the history of the series, which would be really interesting to go through. If I remember correctly, yeah, okay, so I think these go in order right here. Hold on, focus camera. Okay, this right here is from Summon Night 5, so I'm guessing this is 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm pretty sure it goes in that order. And you can actually tell the difference in artwork starting from 1 going all the way to it's like 1 to 3 had a more different type of artwork style, and then as soon as it hit 4 they went for a different style in itself right there. So let's go ahead and get this thing open here. I pulled part of it off. Where did the... Okay, there it is. Get all the rest of this off of here. And I'm not going to go page by page by page on this thing, but I'm going to show a little bit of it off at least. And I was going to show that it does have a nice little like gold gilded page right here, all on the pages right here, which is a really nice little touch to it. So let's see here. Mainline series history, Summon Night on the first PlayStation back in 2000. So yeah, Summon Night's been around for 17 years now, almost 18 years. Wow. And it took us this long to get mainline titles in the series. Wow. They did have, let's see what I'm showing you right here. They did have, I guess, their remakes or something on the DS system, or at least the first two did. We did get a DS game for Summon Night here, but it was one of the spin-off games. I don't remember what that one was called though. I'd have to look it up later. Let's see here. And actually, I'm going to take this off so I don't mess it up while I'm holding it, trying to show you guys. Of course, it's got the little slip cover right here, and underneath it is actually, it's just black with the cover, with the title. It's got a little shiny gold text on it. Same with the spine here. So, show right here, it shows Yokai World, Sheen World, Beast World, Spirit World. From what I know of Summon Night, what little I do know, it's all split into different worlds for, different species and whatnot. So, and then here, I was going to show you, they actually have 3 different, what are they called? Little bookmarks. That some books usually have, and it's got 3 different colors, each representing different characters. So you can save different spots in the book if you want to come to it just at whatever point. Just a nice little aesthetic look, mostly. Hold on. And here, just a few pages in, it already starts off showing the first Summon Night and the artwork for it. And here we got like the main character, Hayato. So yeah, definitely a different art style back in the day for this. Of course, a lot of series, they do change in art style over time, especially if they're very long running. Just showing all different characters right here. Libre, Kane, Lambda. Some of these people have freaking like Greek names. It's weird. Jesus, like this thing keeps on going for characters right here just in the first game. The first game's got a lot of freaking characters, it seems, which is crazy for a first game in a series having a lot of characters. Because when it comes to a lot of long-running RPG games, sometimes the first game only focuses on like very few characters, and then most everyone's just, oh, they're just here. That's about it. Like the first Breath of Fire game, pretty much the only major people were like main villains, main characters, and like one other character or something, and that's about it. But then you get to some later stuff, and then there's a bunch of other like major characters. Same with like Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy really only focused on the heroes, and that was about it. The heroes and the main villains, that's pretty much it. Everyone else is just, oh, they're just here, whatever. And then you get to some of the later titles, and there's like 40 important characters, and it's hard to keep up with. And then, okay, it was showing Summon Night 1 for DS, so I'm not sure how different the gameplay looked for both versions. I would think it wouldn't look as good on the DS as it would on PS1, but maybe they added some like extra stuff or something. And here we're getting into Summon Night 2 territory. I'll go through it real quickly. That person looks a little freaky. showing some of the different monsters in the game. So yeah, they show the characters and they show a few of the... well, I don't even know if they're monsters, really. They look more like... because they got different names. So, some might be bosses, or some might be characters that help. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with the series, so bear with me on this. Let's see here. And then here we're getting into Summonite 3 territory, which that character actually looks pretty cool right there. And, I can already tell. I'd like that female character right there on the, not this side. This side. Stupid camera reversing everything. Addie. Her name is Addie. And then, oh, here we got Lolly Girl. Because, of course, every game has to have a lolly in it. See? Like I tell you. It seems to be a common thing with a lot of more niche Japanese RPGs. They always seem to have a lot of lolly characters throughout their history. Just a little weird sometimes. As long as I don't go too far with stuff with the characters, I'm okay with it. But you know Japan, they like to push boundaries sometimes. Oh, this little character right here. She looks adorable. Look at her. Panache. So yeah, you get from what I know a little bit about Summonite, there's lots of different species of people. You know, sentient races and all that throughout the series. It's not just only humans and only monsters. It's actually, you know, more complex. With all of that, which is actually pretty cool. So I'm actually interested in learning more and more about the series, so I can kind of know what all there is with it. And here we've got Summonite 3 for PSP, and then Summonite 4. I like how it's getting Summonite 4, but it's still showing the 3 on the side right there. Okay, here we go. 4 had a very interesting change in art style here. They went kind of the more moe route right here with a lot of the stuff. More cute designs for stuff. Which, I mean, many of them aren't too bad, though. I mean, some of them actually have some pretty interesting designs. But you can definitely tell it's a very different art style. Here we got what looks like Indian people on the side right here, which and of course, like, of course, the women has to be barely clad because why not? You know. Let's see here. Oh. So we got Panache again, but Panache looks older here. So, from what I can tell, I do know that some of the games are kind of like sequels to each other. So some characters will show up again in later titles, which Panache is the boy, by the way. Couldn't tell that in the first image that I saw because it's just like real cute. But now, yeah, he looks older. So, yeah, I guess some characters just show up later and like they'll be older, or you know, some events are happening with them and whatnot. So, I really need to learn about this series. Different monsters there for that. 4. Trying to hurry it along here because we spent a long time just looking at this thing right here. Oh, this is actually on one of the posters I got with 5. It shows this artwork with all these different characters, and I don't know why, but I find an attraction to this one right here. This one right here. I don't know why. It's whatever. No. And then here we have like the main characters, Folth and Arca. Which, yes, this is the only other English released game in the series that we have. I think there's fan translations for some of the other ones. Don't quote me on that, though. I think at least one or two of them had fan translations, though, so you could probably find those online somewhere. Of course, more lolly characters, because Japan and them lollies. No. Blue Machine Summoner. All this other stuff here. Okay. So, I actually found out this character's name now. The little, the kind of attractive, demon woman. Flutière. So I guess, she's like a servant for that little girl right there. So... Which... okay, so I guess it's probably a bit of spoiler, but I'm going to show y'all anyway. So, this is the demon woman's true form. So, and then this is the little girl's true form. So literally, their non-true forms are swapped from what their true forms are. Okay. Japan, guys. Japan. Oi. So, if you found an attraction to one, would that make you a pedophile? Let's not talk about that anymore. Here we go, we got more different characters right here. One of them's called Torque. Torque and Anvil. Oh, this is great. Some of these names are just great. There's apparently a dragon princess here. She looks real pretty. Oh, and this guy was actually featured on the box that they would ship with the Summon Night 5, Raijin, which he had like a funny little quote on the box, was like, "Make haste with opening," or something like that, which is great. I need to find the image of that thing again and look at it, because I can't remember what wording was. And then here, of course, we're getting into the Summon Night 6 territory, with all these different characters. Which, of course, it also, since this thing's kind of like a special anniversary thing, it brings back a bunch of old characters. So we get, like, Addie from one of the older titles here. And Addie and Rex. And there's Arca, which they're from, Arca and Folth, which they're from the 5th game. Ray and Fair. I forget which ones they're from. And then, oh, it's got Melgidos, which he was the villain in like 3, I think? I was going through and looking at these, and I've then forgotten where each one landed. So yeah, this one's just got like, it's got both new characters and old characters just all throughout it. Because I'm worried, you know, there's Spinel, which she was from another earlier title game. So yeah, that's why I said this one's a bit different. 6 is a bit different from the usual, because it actually has a combination of like characters throughout the history of it, whereas you know, some of the other ones, they might have 1 or 2 characters, but that was about it really. Most of them were new characters. This one's just mainly a combination of characters all throughout the history, and then, you know, a few new ones as well. And then here was the guy that was featured on the coaster. It's Dragon God Evil General Habaki. He looks pretty awesome right there. And we're getting close to the end of the book here. Just more different little designs and all. And yeah, and that's the end of it, just showing the little credit stuff. And that is the end of the book right there. And if I am correct, that is everything with the Summon Night 6 Wonderful Edition. If I remember correctly, and actually I will check this right now. Okay, so yes, I double checked it just to make sure I was correct on this. The wonderful edition for Summon Night 6, both the Vita version and the PS4 version, are still available on Video Games Plus, which is a Canadian retailer website, which they've gotten a bit of notoriety for reprinting some old games. Like, they reprinted all of the Yakuza games, including 2, which for a while was pretty rare, which now is non-rare since the reprint. And they've also reprinted like the Persona PSP games and stuff before. But yes, it is still available on their website, though they probably don't have a whole lot of copies left. So if you want to get the wonderful edition, get this really nice, beautiful set here for your collection, which I would definitely recommend. And I also recommend just supporting Gaijin Works for all their, for this release and their later releases, because the better they do with it, the more likely we can get more great releases like this, more sets like these, and see other games that probably would never have a chance getting here actually get released. I do know that they plan on trying to release Classic Heroes 3 sometime in the future, which they released 2. Atlas released 1. Unfortunately, they won't be able to do a physical PSP copy for 3 because the factory that made the PSP UMDs, the last one that was available, they shut down. So no one can make them anymore. No one can mass produce them or anything anymore. So they probably still do a digital release for like the Vita and whatnot. But that's about the best they could probably do as far as that goes. And I know they have some other projects probably in mind on releasing. I'm not sure what they're thinking on right now, but we will see in the future. I just wish them all the best for stuff like this. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. As I said before, if you want to get this release for this particular set, you don't want to miss out on it, I'll put a link in the description for the website to go order it from. I don't know how many copies they'll have, so if they're gone by the time you get there, I'm very sorry on that. Because as of right now, it's currently available, but I don't know how long that's going to last. But again, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll have more videos coming out pretty soon, I would think. My roommate's been making some videos lately too for his collection and whatnot. And I will see you guys in the next videos. Bye-bye.